I'm Tyler.
I'm Shorty.
I'm Ava.
And welcome
to the Inner Idiot.
This podcast contains graphic language, violence, and other things that you probably should not let your children listen to. Please enjoy.
You play Magic the Gathering, don't you?
All the time.
Oh, yeah.
I saw it. I heard the button click. That's right. You hear the music. You know what time it is. Put your ugly kids down for a nap. Set the deuce loose. Get in.
So sad.
We doing alien shit today. Welcome to the Inner Idiot. I am your host, Tyler Havlin. That's right. I don't get a cool intro. I've learned to live with it.
Your intro is me catching you off guard, and it's not working out today.
This is true. So let me introduce our co-host, Red Hair Don't Care. Oh! The delightful Miss Ava B. Two claps and Ric Flair. Woo!
Golly.
That was my way to catch you off guard, sir. How you doing today, Ava?
I'm good.
Yeah? All right. Do you have your license yet?
No.
I didn't think so. On that note, let's move on to my other co-host, the Lord that's never bored, the commander of the comic books, Lord Shorty Fresh, in the flesh. Two claps and Ric Flair for Lord Shorty Hoffman. Woo!
We're all off key. You hear that?
Yeah.
It sounds like it.
Yay,
all right.
Two claps turned into 8. And
Yeah.
special guest today,
Ooh, boy.
the Viking warlord himself, Jesse the Pride Slayer Romans. Two claps and Ric Flair.
Woo!
Hey, we were in sync on that one. That was
that's
all
right.
right.
Well, we had 3
Love it.
tries.
I
Yeah.
can feel the love, yeah. I got the practice on that one.
3 tries. I fucking hope we got it right on one of them.
Yeah.
Shit. Today's top 5. Who's starting us off today?
I mean, I don't care.
All right. Well, we'll just go around. All right. So today's top 5 is top 5 things aliens would be shocked to find out about us. Shorty, it's on you, brother.
Okay, they would be shocked to find out that there's a significant amount of people that think the world is flat.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that I didn't even approach that vector. That's,
Like,
I like that.
I was sitting there and I was talking to one of my buddies about it. This was a conversation we had a couple of days ago because, like, I'm the only one of the 4 kids. Like, I have 3 siblings and whatnot. I'm the only one of the 4 kids that doesn't have a godparents. And all my siblings' godfather is a flat earther.
Really?
Yes, and I got to talk to him about it, and it was fucking hilarious. Like, not to rip on the guy, and I'm not going to say his name just in case anybody ends up knowing this dude. But, like, it was pretty fucking wild. Like, I'm a retard. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a fucking idiot. And this guy, like, I've always looked up to him. He's a very intelligent man. And then he hits me with this shit, and I'm like, wow, you just went down a lot, guy.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I am very open to thoughts, ideas, and stuff. But like,
Sure.
flat Earth, I can't take you seriously. If you
No, I
believe
can't
Earth
get. I
is-
Does
can't get
his
behind it.
belief in that reside in his Christianity? Is he a Christian as well?
Well, I mean, he is, but so is my
That-
dad. My
right,
dad, and these guys
but
are best
some-
friends. You
Some
know what I'm saying?
Christians, though, in my experience, and this I'm speaking as a Christian, actually believe that the Bible says that the Earth is flat.
Have you heard those theories? That
It's
shit's
ridiculous.
a bunch of lewd.
As a Christian,
Yeah.
as a Christian, I'm saying it's ridiculous. The Earth is a sphere, just like every other spherical body that is in the heavens we can observe.
Yep. Shit's fucking wild
Yeah,
to me.
there's no way that everything else we observe accretes in a sphere, and this planet is a sheet. That doesn't make any sense.
Gravity's fucking wild.
Right. Next one up.
They will wonder why we don't use the cures for diseases that we already have.
Oh man,
Okay.
I really thought about this.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I really appreciate that answer too.
Yeah,
because-
like, I mean, I guarantee you, I don't care what fucking government assassin's gonna put me down for this, but I know we have a cure for cancer. I know we have a cure for all the other fucking, like, AIDS, herpes, whatever else. Like, we have a cure for all these fucking diseases, but we don't do it because it pays the motherfucking bills.
Now, do you think they wouldn't be able to understand that because their like society's different, like a caste system, like ants? Do you think that they would just not understand our
Well, I
motivations?
feel like the moment we get to, like, because I think, like, we will never be able to experience like distant, like off-world travel because we do not share the collective mind thinking that we need to
That's
sustain
necessary to be
we
like
need
a
to
Kardashev
sustain
too.
ourselves before we can even think about going to talk to others.
Are you familiar with the Kardashev scale?
Never heard of it.
Okay, so the Kardashev scale, there's 3 different ones currently on the Kardashev scale. The first one is like, so it's a scale to rate how powerful society is. So, for example, we're only a 0.7 on the Kardashev scale.
And what's this scale go to?
It goes to 3. So the first one means that
0.7 is awfully generous.
yeah. Well, 1 means that you can harness the power of your planet, meaning like thermal, essentially,
Yeah.
and being able to control the weather, etc. And we're about a 0.7 on that scale. And then 2 is being able to control the energy of a star. So the next biggest thing up.
Who made this scale?
Kardashev.
Who's this chef named Carter?
Yeah, he was an astrophysicist and,
Okay.
and made it just kind of as a guide work. But either way, it's interesting to approach it at that vector.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of like the only way we'll be able to like communicate or whatever.
We won't
like,
be able to go to that next scale.
Yeah,
right.
Mainly because like my dad's such a huge fan of Star Trek.
So they would be a 2. They would be a Kardashev 2. Because
Exactly.
They, yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's how I feel like it would progress. You know what I'm
You would
saying?
have to be so diplomatic and
Yeah.
able to work with
Everybody.
yeah.
And like, and at least Star Trek, like money's not a thing because they have like material replicators. So like,
there's no kind of, but there is something.
no, the only thing,
Gold Latinum.
what?
Gold Latinum. Platinum, damn it. Latinum. I've watched Deep Space Nine, Star Trek. They have Latinum.
That's a material that can't be replicated. So like that's one of the biggest stipulations. But at least on Earth, and a vast majority of the Starfleet, they don't need money because everything can be replicated through their machines.
Essentially, you could like 3D print food.
Everything.
Okay.
So
That's cool.
They get to the point where the only thing that matters is your status and your education and everything like that. That's why everybody on Star Trek is so fucking smart. Is because everybody went to school to show their worth. Like they don't have money, they don't have anything like that. Poverty is not a thing and shit like that. Diseases aren't a thing either. Because mainly when they go out, into space and stuff like that, they need cures for all kinds of stuff. Their medical has to be way advanced to what we have now because they're going to deal with not only our diseases here on Earth, but diseases from other planets and other areas. So they had to work together to get to that point. And I don't think we will ever get to that point because we are too worried about money.
I wonder what alien herpes is like. But anyways, go on to your next one.
Why we go to war over dead dinosaurs?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oil.
Yeah,
I
think
just in
most people
case.
knew that. If they didn't, then let them bask in the facade of fighting over dinosaurs.
Yeah. But I feel like that's going to be another like big reason. Like, why do you guys fight over this fucking magical liquid when you have all the energy from the planet you can use as far as like sun, solar energy and thermal energy and all that other shit?
Absolutely.
Like I think they will be so confused because I think in order to like travel light years, we're gonna have to figure out another way of.
Oh, there's no way that we can use combustion to do that.
Oh hell no!
Not a chance.
But everybody thinks that the way. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
'Cause
if you've seen the
as
Tic
of right
Tac
now,
videos
best.
lately of the UFOs that they've been releasing, that the Pentagon has released, like the way they operate, so they don't have any obvious propulsion, and they're cold on thermal. They're
Yeah.
black if you've seen the videos. And another thing is that they seem like they don't have inertia. So for anybody who doesn't know what inertia is, when you're driving in a car and you hit something and you keep going, that's inertia. Okay. So when you take off like these do and then stop all of a sudden, you would expect the occupants to be smashed on the inside, turned into hamburger meat just because of the pressure from going thousands of miles an hour to just stopping. So it seems like the craft that they're using, at least in these videos, is creating a bubble where... So just to explain, like a warp drive, Alcubierre warp drive, it's like you bend space in front of you and then extend it in the back.
Yeah.
And you never actually move.
Right.
It's just the space around you moves, so you wouldn't experience inertia. So, I mean, I don't know. I think that's definitely how you would have to get to another planet, and you're definitely not doing that with dead dinosaurs.
Ava, does your brain hurt?
A little bit.
My brain hurts.
I kept it short.
Number 4 would be our prison system and why we just house hundreds of people.
Who've done fucked up shit.
You
Well,
must
not even super fucked up shit. Just like, oh man, he was carrying
some weed.
he was carrying a plant.
avocado. I've seen people get arrested for avocados, avocado farmers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? I saw this. It was 3 guys who just got arrested for $900K in avocados. And it's like, why?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't fucking taxed.
It wasn't taxed. Yeah.
Yep. Exactly
That's
right.
insane.
And to me, I don't think aliens would understand it, or they would just be confused. This is why I'm sure that if aliens showed up, they're gonna like enslave all of us. Like, all right, you guys get to work now. Like, okay. Like, not like we would have a choice, because if they can travel through space, like,
They're gonna do whatever they want.
yeah, everything we have is jack shit. Like, oh, we have nukes.
They're daddy now.
Yeah. And then they will be confused by our education system and why we hide so much knowledge.
That's a good one. Maybe I wouldn't be so dumb if this knowledge wasn't hidden from me.
Well, I mean, the way the education system was built is for, like, it's built to make factory workers, people who can understand simple tasks and do simple things. And
it definitely doesn't stimulate your neuroplasticity,
Hell
especially
no.
during the prime years of your life.
right.
Yeah.
Like, I just read recently that, like, it's good for kids to get bored.
I would agree.
Well,
I was
Because
bored
they
a lot as
start
a kid.
they expand, like, they get creative on how to entertain themselves, and they do shit that they
You get
normally
hungry.
wouldn't do.
You get more hungry for curiosity. It's kind of like if you
Okay.
fast from food and then you eat, the food tastes better.
Yeah, you know all about that.
yeah. Fuck fasting. I hate it. But it's great. At the same time, Ava, you're up.
Okay. Well, I was just kind of along everything Shorty was saying, just like our government. Like, it's just so, like, it's just silly the way that we operate stuff. I just feel like they'd be like, what the fuck?
But
are they
which
doing?
government are they looking at?
Ours.
The
Because-
Illuminati.
Right. I mean, I figured ours because
We have
live
we
here.
have like one of the world's largest governments.
Right.
So
we
makes
are.
sense.
Aren't we one of the superpowers?
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Terrifying.
Arguably number 1. I know that, like, economically, you can look at other people. I think we're number 3 as far as our
Yeah.
GDP last year, but that can be argued.
Sure.
Because it's hard to evaluate assets that you don't know about.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I'm gonna say religion, because I'm sure that they don't give a fuck. They're just like living life, right?
Yeah, I don't know, man. They show up or whatever, and they're like, "We've seen the eyes of God."
yeah, I think the opposite, honestly. I think they'll be able to, like, maybe even... Because you got to look at other things, too. People's experiences with these beings. I think it's the 4th kind is an actual one-on-one experience with a being. And it's like... Almost always, you'll either have a malevolent one, like if you've ever seen The 4th Kind.
Yeah.
Terrifying at the end. One of the few Sumerian words they decipher, he says, "I am God." And I'm actually working on a documentary right now. The reason I'm going to jump down a rabbit hole just a little bit. I think these beings will come here and honestly tell you that they're a god. And if you look at a lot of, like, old mythologies, they have, like, the same story with a different name. For example, the evil god in Egyptian mythology is Set.
Yeah.
But in the spelling... There's, like, phonetic isn't the word, but the way the actual letter looks, like the T has, like, this little thing that comes off that's kind of like an N. So then in later Christian terms, when they saw this evil god, it would be Satan, which is the same as Satan.
Yep.
Another thing, for example, in Norse mythology, you have the realm of Nephilim.
Yep.
And then in the Bible, you have these giants called the Nephilim. And that's the same word with a little twang on it. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
I love that word, twang.
Twang.
It brings me joy.
Sounds like wang.
Ava, you know what else brings me joy? The next thing on your list. I don't know what it is, but it's going to bring me joy.
I was thinking marriage,
That's a good one.
because I think marriage is just kind of like. Obviously, I'm not against it because I'm planning on getting married, but like,
Everybody makes mistakes. It's okay.
well,
Some of them make it twice.
Yeah.
Stupid. Don't let him
It's just-
discourage you.
I saw this meme or whatever, and it was like, yeah, I love you so much, I'm gonna get the government involved. Like, it just seems like so weird.
So not civil union, but more like the actual institution of, like,
Yeah, just
Western marriage. Okay.
right,
that makes
because you can
sense.
still love somebody,
Yeah.
but you don't have to get the law involved.
Right. Kind of like Commonwealth marriage in essence.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I was gonna say pets. They might have pets, but I just think it's like, it's just kind of.
Consider me an alien.
I'm sure you could elaborate more on it, but
Yeah.
I feel like
it's
they'll be
actually
more.
on my
I feel like
list.
they won't call them pets. They'll probably have equal rights, but I feel like they'll have pets in their own way. You know.
that's what I was also thinking. I'm
Yeah.
sure they have something, but we have a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like
People take wild animals and just keep them in their house.
Yeah.
I feel like if aliens like understand the concept of pets, the pets will have like.
They'll be able to talk like.
Well,
full
no, they'll have a
English.
function. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
exactly.
They'll be
Like,
us.
what is
Yes.
what?
Yes.
Oh, cute, neat animal. What does dog do? Oh, it
Licks
sits there.
its ass?
It licks its ass. It eats the food I buy. What's it do?
What's it do for you?
What do you mean? And like, oh, well, this is my, Glorblockin, and it runs around and like eats my garbage. Like, oh, okay.
All right, Jesse, I think you're up, buddy.
Well, the first one that I thought of immediately when you asked the question, so it's not The Arrival. I'm trying to even think of the movie. It's a newer movie. It's probably like 4 years old, so it's not super old. But these aliens come to Earth and basically like they don't experience time the same way we do. Like their time isn't linear. It was explained like water. Mm-hmm. So like at one point, so 2 aliens show up every day when these scientists go inside their ship, and they show up through this like glass barrier, and on the inside they have like their own atmosphere.
Sure.
Because they don't breathe the same atmosphere, and they communicate in like these signals that like kind of form out of their hand, like from this vapor. Mm-hmm. And it takes the scientists months and months because they're sitting and thinking about it like words or phrases, but it's like a whole ass meaning. Just one of these smoke signals is, like a book worth of knowledge. And come to find out, like one day only one of the aliens shows up, and the scientist is like, well, why is there only one of you today? There's never only been one of you. And they are thinking the worst. Oh, are they going to leave? Are they going to kill it? Just all kinds of stuff. They're thinking the worst. And he goes, no, it was the end of their life cycle. And they started asking all these questions. Well, do you not? You sound so like unsympathetic and all this stuff. And they're like, I can see them anytime I want, and just not here and now. And essentially, like the doctor's daughter had died like 5 years prior to this, and at the end of the movie, the alien is able to share with her the way they see reality. Because time and space are the same thing, and if space can be traversed, so can time.
Yeah.
So what I'm getting at is I think that maybe possibly aliens don't look at time the same way as us. They look at it like a plate instead of a string.
Okay.
I think it's at a different vector.
Are you familiar at all with The Watchmen?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like Dr. Manhattan.
Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah, Dr. Manhattan, the way he fused time.
Exactly.
Yep.
It's all at once. The
Yep.
past is now, the future's now, and that's because he can move through time the same way he can move through space.
I don't like that. I don't want to relive some of the stuff in my past.
Well, in a way, it's honestly like
I'm burying my head in the sand on this one, Jesse.
yeah, it's hard to comprehend. We do have our like it is hard to think about. I can't comprehend it. I don't think any human technically could, but yeah, that.
So Alan Moore did. He wrote The Watchmen, and he got it.
Well, no, you get what I'm saying. Like truly be able to like
Oh, yeah,
experience
no.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
even though we think about it, we can't experience it. Our mind is on a one track, and maybe that's what happens when you die. If you've ever seen Mr. Nobody, that's kind of the end of it. Oh shit, I didn't want to ruin it for anyone. Watch it anyway. It's a good
Tough
movie.
shit.
Yeah,
Never heard of it.
too late.
What's going on
Watch
here?
Donnie Darko.
There you
I've
go.
seen Donnie Darko.
Okay, if you like Donnie Darko, you'll love Mr. Nobody.
I'll check it out.
It's very good, and it's got what's the dude that played Jared Leto? He's
All
in it.
right.
Yeah, it was good, and it's like a kind of like low budget film. It's really good. The second thing was going to be government. So I know you guys also mentioned that. Let me kind of approach my vector. Honestly, the rest of the answers are similar to some of yours. But the vector on this one, and I spoke of it briefly when Shorty mentioned it, was I think that most evolution, at least for higher organisms, will be organisms that can work together better.
Yeah.
So like a caste system, like ants or termites. Mm-hmm. Look at what a termite builds compared to a monkey. A monkey might, quote unquote, be more intelligent, but a termite can build a huge mound.
Right.
A line of ants can escape a glass box and then go find the smallest piece of sugar to supply for a queen. In the smallest nook and cranny, and survive, meteorites, and they're one of the oldest organisms on Earth. And I truly think that any intelligent species we find is going to be a caste system, because like we're angry apes. We've gotten lucky and there's been some resets, but ultimately
And we got thumbs.
and we have thumbs, yes. But they have 8 arms, I think.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's too many.
Well, too, you got to think a caste system. The reason that it's
I hurt
almost
myself
better.
with 8 arms.
Well, they can have different classifications, but still be the same species, because you have like workers, and for example, maybe most of the ants are like Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
There we go. That's what I mean. And hopefully they're not like those aliens. That would be horrifying. Gosh.
Yeah, that'd be terrifying.
But Starship Troopers was definitely one thing.
I'll fall on my sword right now.
I haven't seen that movie. It's so
I
fucking
loved
long.
that movie.
It's so good.
Another thing that may shock them is fire, and I know that, and that isn't something anybody listed, but because I kind of actually forgot about that one. The reason is because fire is really hard to make on most planets because you have to have a proper mix of oxygen and other chemicals to even make fire. But the kicker to that, fire is almost necessary for metallurgy. So I think that there's probably places where fire doesn't exist, and there are intelligent species that can't necessarily ascend, but I think the places where they do, maybe it's geologically active. So I think fire might be shocking because, it's got to be the perfect mix. You can't have fire without the perfect amount of oxygen and the lack of water, and a lot of other atmospheres are made of other things that would smother it.
Mm-hmm.
Having this much oxygen is very rare. So that's definitely...
That's a really good one.
No, that is good.
I mean, so like, let's think, have you guys heard of Europa? It's a moon of Jupiter, and it's basically covered in ice, water ice, like our water. And people are like, well, there could be life there. And I don't necessarily think so, because I think life develops in like tide pools where there's like just so many chemicals mixing for millions of years. But if it is, the only way that intelligence could come from there is if like at the bottom of the thermal vents, they could do metallurgy through using lava instead of combustion. So yeah, combustion would be my big one. Another one I think would be like social media. Not that I'm hating on social media. I just don't know that other civilizations would have a value. You didn't finish?
No, it's okay.
Are you sure? You go right after this one. I'm on.
No,
four.
that was my last one. So.
Oh, okay.
What,
Social
fire
media?
was?
No, social media.
Well, what's your take on it? You go ahead. No. I actually want to hear your opinion. No, I want to hear your opinion. Social media.
Fucking
go ahead.
Tyler, cutting her off.
I
Like, hey, you don't even get a top 5, top 4.
Well, no, that's perfect that I brought it up. Now you can talk about your opinion on it.
I was just gonna say they probably think it's like pointless. Like it's just because people will just lay there and just be on it all day. It's just a waste of time.
Now, wouldn't you say that perhaps some civilizations could go in that direction? So you know how AI is basically like doing everything for us. Like right now, for example, we're talking through a microphone and we're not physically recording this information. The
Correct.
computer's processing it for us into a usable amount. Well, one of the theories about all these UFOs are that they're actually the AI bots of the aliens just exploring. They're like probes. There's this concept called a von Neumann probe, and it mixes the 3D printer idea we talked earlier with producing more offspring per se. A lot of small spherical, able to move. They 3D print babies by breaking apart comets and other raw materials in the environment and make these, and they're called a von Neumann probe. It's a concept by von Neumann.
Now, are you talking like actual like?
It's a concept. We don't have
like alien babies, or are you talking
no, like
different
robot
probes?
babies. No, yeah. So like for example, an alien species might be addicted to social media on their planet, but they've commanded their AI to go harvest materials from other places and to not interact with other intelligent beings because they want to stay in their cocoon. Because honestly, civilizations may go the opposite of Kardashev and dive deeper into virtual simulation. Mm-hmm. Because really, why would you go explore out there if you could plug yourself in and be God in your own simulation here? Is that fair? So I think that maybe even some of the things that we're seeing are von Neumann probe type objects. So yeah, social media, and I think that's a great point.
Now, do you think the Matrix is gonna happen?
Yeah, I think to an extent it's already happened.
What color pill y'all taking?
Dude.
You know what? No, don't answer that yet. I'm gonna add that to the questions later.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, yeah.
And then what was my last one? Okay.
Y'all are way more deeper than mine, obviously.
Yeah, I know. That's why I feel silly.
I think that they're shocked that, and not even shocked per se. I think that they would probably laugh about it if they have a sense of humor. That we haven't picked up their hints yet. Because again, I hate to be the guy who just, last time we talked about my MMA and whatnot, and this time, it's all aliens, and I love, this is awesome, by the way, thank you for letting me get to talk about this. I fucking love aliens. But after all the research that I've done, they're here. There's something here. I'm not saying that it's necessarily them, but if it is them, they're like, why aren't you getting it yet? So for example, and this is real, look it up when we're done if you want. Even you can even fact check right now if you'd like. Since their inception, every nuclear facility has had a UFO sighting over top of it and has had it interfere directly with it, including them turning off a nuclear facility, turning on nuclear, like a countdown for weapons to discharge in Russia. There was an account of that.
No shit.
And these are all real accounts, at least by military. I can't say they really happened because I wasn't there, but by credible sources. And I think they're shocked we don't know they're here.
I believe him because he did the hand thing.
Yes, aliens. And I slicked my hair back before I came in here. I was like, I got to slick my hair back before I talk about aliens.
I honestly think crop circles are just alien buttholes, and they're just playing a joke.
They're just fucking with us.
Like, that's another one of those things that's really small, like, right in my head. Like, aliens, like, all the crop circles you see.
Wouldn't they just put a phallus or something, like a penis, don't you think? Cause
I mean, one of them might be their dicks.
Alien penises.
Hey, my apologies. My apologies.
Yeah, some of them, some of those crop circles might be dicks, but like I guarantee you a lot of those are buttholes.
They're showing off the more complex, you know.
Yeah,
the
the more complex it is, it's like peacocks when they fan their feathers out. Like that one guy who made the crop circles, he's like, "Look how big my dick is."
That's one alien that took another alien out on a date, and he's like, "Let me show
that's
you
what I was
got."
thinking. That's what I was thinking too. Maybe
that's a fucking first date thing.
It's a courtship thing. I mean,
Yeah.
you got to think animals on Earth use colors to display it. Maybe they mate and use that as a hey, I'm badass.
Fucking wild, guys. We just blew my brain.
Right. Well, let me take my brain bits out of my underwear now.
Yes, sir.
And place them back in my head. Here's my top 5 things aliens would be shocked to find out about us. Number 5 is social injustices. Like racism, homophobia, like all that stuff. Like, we ain't getting invited to the motherfucking cookout till we figure this shit out. You know what I mean? Like, I'll take it back to my home life. When my kids are fighting, I ain't taking them motherfuckers out.
No.
Like, no, y'all stay your asses at home. So, like, as a planet, we are always fighting. So they're like, give them time.
I think that's probably exactly what's happening. What is it on Star Trek? The don't interfere. There's like a law where they don't interfere with lower civilizations.
Oh, the first contact rule.
Yes, that's sorry, I haven't actually seen it, but yeah,
it's all right.
I'm familiar with that
I only
concept.
know this because my dad is he is a Trekkie. But yeah, if there's a civilization who is yet to know of aliens, they are not allowed to interfere with it. Now they can use cloaking devices and stuff like that. They can turn on them.
They can't intervene.
Yeah, they're not allowed to intervene with the history. They're not allowed to intervene with technology or anything like that. They have to just like let it be as it is. Now they have cloaking devices, like I said, they can turn on and like go down and like walk with the people and learn about them. And then fucking dip or whatever, and that's it. And they have like a risk assessment too, like, you know, is this civilization going to be, you know, dangerous or anything like that? Mainly they developed that because of the Klingons.
I almost guarantee that's what's happening right now. I think you're right, man.
It could be. Number 4 is separate governments. Like, here's the thing: if we can't come to, kind of goes with social injustices, but if we can't govern our planet as one, then why should we be able to be in another fucking whatever you want to call it, alliance, fucking federation, whatever.
That's I agree. Like, that's the whole deal about like random ass wars over oil and shit.
Exactly.
Like,
My one thing I'll throw out is just that though with one big power, it always sways too far one way, and there's always a crumbling force when it's unequal.
Yeah.
I mean, you can look at Rome, and maybe that's a human condition. My apologies if it is, but it's one of those things I definitely feel like, because if you look at like Star Wars, for example. You know, the Republic slowly gets overthrown by the Rebel Alliance, but then you look at maybe Star Trek, and it seems like it's mostly one government. There are some outliers, I believe. It's like the Federation,
Star Trek
right?
on Earth, anyway. They have the
Federation.
You have Starfleet, the Starfleet Federation, but then you also have different sections on Earth, at least, and they all operate like their goal is all the same.
Okay.
But like China, all the countries are still their own. And, like, they don't interfere with each other's things, but they have one, like, Starfleet is
the difference would probably be, like, Earth law. Like, they can operate...
Exactly right. Like, they have the UN is such a big deal, and it is directly, like, the UN directly controls Starfleet. Not, like, America, China, you know...
And that shows maturity with probably the population then being able to all agree.
Correct, so exactly.
All right, my number 3 is, we've kind of already touched on it, but pets. Like, they're gonna look at us and be like, they keep dogs and cats as pets. Like, how are they gonna feel when we make them our pets?
Do you believe in probing?
Okay,
Do you believe in probing? Because earlier,
don't
somebody
give me the probing yet.
Well,
yes. Just
okay.
wait on the probing.
Okay.
Golly,
you're gonna kill it for me, Jesse.
I was just gonna say I don't probe my pets. That's all I was gonna say.
No, I don't probe my pets either. That'd be fucking weird. but now I think I should have to.
I mean, if they have a whole, like, we stick, you know,
No probing talk.
Oh, goddamn. All right. Jesus.
You'll see why. Number 2 is religion, okay? And that's because they're going to come in there and be like, this is what you're doing? Let me show you. Hold my beer.
But like
type
Jesse
thing.
said, I thoroughly think that they're like, either they're going to be like, yeah, we are God, or they're going to be like, that's oddly similar to this story we have.
Right, because honestly, in my documentary, Buddha, Jesus, Muhammad, they're all probably the same person.
Oh, yeah.
I can get down with that.
And maybe it was, well, extraterrestrial is only defined by not from here. Wouldn't an angel, because it's not from here, be an alien? Wouldn't a demon, it's not from here, be an alien by definition? By definition only.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm getting at. Yep, you'll like it.
We touched on this.
I wish you could see
Holy
his
fuck,
face.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Dude, no, I just got it. Like, what if Jesus was an alien?
Yeah.
And they came down and were like, they probed Mary.
But by definition, and two, if you look at the painting, there's this orb in the background that's pointing at Mary's womb. There's an orb that looks like a Tic Tac UFO in this famous Renaissance painting. And it's just shining down on Mary's womb. And it's literally looks like a Tic
Dude,
Tac
my
UFO.
head just fucking blew up, dude. Holy
Bro,
shit.
binge watch some Ancient Aliens, all right? And read a couple passages out of the
A lot of
Bible.
those guys are fucking kooky.
Of course, but the information's interesting.
All right. Here's my number 1, guys.
Okay, probing.
We can talk about probing in a second. All right.
I was hoping
my
it was.
number 1 thing that they're going to be shocked about is butt stuff. All right.
I agree.
They're
I
gonna-
hate butt stuff.
They're gonna look at our pets and they're like, you know what, these dogs get it. They sniff each other's butt. They got as much information as they needed to out of smelling each other's butts. And then they're gonna look at us. They're gonna like, oh, well, we come down here, we stick something up your butt, we learn what we need. Y'all motherfuckers are licking it, sticking it, pooping out of it.
Can I request a high five?
Like, oh, don't get me wrong. You might want to take that high five back because I eat butthole.
Oh, never mind. Yes. Where's the hand sanitizer? I'm just kidding.
I do. I will munch on the brown eye.
No, sir.
But still, you gotta think they're probably looking at that like, God damn, we were just down there last Sunday and we just stuck a probe up that motherfucker. Now this motherfucker's licking it.
You know what? I hope
gonna
you get E.
damage the
coli. You're gonna get E. coli from that,
Right?
man. I'm
You
telling
get
you.
something.
It's called brown eye, but
Eat
hey.
brown eye. All right, but that was my number 1. So go ahead. What did you have to say about probes, Shorty?
I forget now.
Oh, okay.
Something about a shot, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah. Like how we track animals or whatever,
Yeah.
we put a fucking chip in them. Like, that's all a probe is. It's just them, like, why would we make an extra hole in your skin when you got so many? And they're like, well,
So, like, asshole's the perfect answer to that.
yeah, assholes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. it's just
Why
like-
make an extra hole
M
when you got
equals
an
asshole.
They don't want to damage this part up here, so they're not going to go in the nose or the ear. They're like, all right, let's not do that. Or like the pee hole seems pretty important. They like that a lot.
Yeah.
And they're like, both these guys are like, oh.
And then they get to me and they're like, there's
And-
something up your butt. I'm like,
And then
"Just
they
don't
wouldn't
put it too
understand the
far."
social
like it.
ramification either, so they would just think
Yeah,
it was the
like
nicest
they
thing.
use that to reproduce, but their butthole, they only, like they get rid of. That's their waste bucket. Like, go ahead, that's the waste pipe. And they're like, we can just shove it up in there, and we know it'll stay, and we're all good.
Yeah, God forbid a UFO's flying by and fucking somehow picks up Pornhub and sees fucking all the butt play on there. Like, what the
Oh, then they're like, yeah, we got to quit doing. Maybe they do need to get on Pornhub, so they realize they need to quit doing that.
right?
God, could you imagine the documentaries on another planet? Like, this is what Earthlings watch.
I think South Park had a episode where they like zoomed out, or no, it might have even been Rick and Morty. South Park's done everything, but maybe I'm thinking about Rick and Morty. But like the whole reality on Earth is just a TV show.
Yeah,
Like
that
everything.
was South Park.
There
That
was
South Park.
one of my favorite video games.
wanna say that's
that was
season
like a thing.
5.
Did you ever get into JRPGs much?
I don't. I'm not actually familiar with the term.
Japanese role-playing game.
Final Fantasy. Things like
One day on the wiki reading about it though, so I can at least maybe understand the context.
He's an expert. He's seen
Well,
Gilmore
no,
Girls.
Sephiroth is just such a cool character that
He really is.
yeah,
But
on
so-
par with Pain.
Hands down, dude.
so
That'd be a good
you-
fight.
You're familiar with JRPGs. What about you, Ava?
Heard about them, never really.
Star Ocean, Second Story. Anybody?
I've
know?
never played Star Ocean games.
It's a really good.
There was
really
one
good
I played
series.
on the original Xbox, and I want to think it was like, it wasn't Zhao Dynasty, but it was something like that, and it was so good, dude. You could play as like 3 different characters.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was so good, and I don't think they ever made a sequel to it. I played it on the original Xbox, and it was so good, but no. I mean, I love those types of games, and I played them shallowly here and there, but yeah.
Well, they actually have an installment in the series where you live in a world that is basically the rest of the Galaxy's TV show, and it's just all been like directed for the history of that world to go where they wanted it to. All right, but with that, we're gonna take a break. and then we're gonna come back
All right.
because that was a long top 5.
That was a long top 5.
It was fun.
It was
My
good.
brain
That was
hurts.
good. I enjoyed that a
No,
lot.
this
Yeah.
is a lot of fun.
Yeah. So hit the button, Shorty.
All right.
I didn't even have
God.
to talk about punching anybody.
Hey Ty, if you wanted to make a podcast, how would you do it?
Spotify Podcasters app, of course, or hell, even the website.
Do they have any way you can edit audio and help with organizing your episodes?
All that and more. You can reach out to listeners and have feedback with their Q&A feature, and it distributes it to all other major places you listen to podcasts.
I just looked and they got a video podcast set up and editing tools here too.
So all you got to do is sign up at spotifyforpodcasters.com or get the app and you're done.
Damn, it's just that easy.
And we're back. That's right. We weren't talking about anybody being a weenie. I promise. All right. So we're going to do what we did on the last episode. There's 4 of us here. We've interviewed you before, so people know what you're about. So today we're going to put some sauce on it. I ask the questions. You guys give the answers. I divvy out the points. Winner closes the show.
Deal.
Ava, I hope you do better this time.
Dude,
Yes.
I'm going to reset you back to 0, okay?
Okay.
You no longer have negative points,
I
Ava.
appreciate that.
All right, first question. Red or blue pill? Which one you taking, Shorty?
We decided that the red pill took you out of the Matrix, right?
Yes.
I'm stepping out. I want to see the world for what it really is.
Okay.
Because if this is the Matrix, I hate it already. Like, I'm miserable in this place. Let me see the other reality.
I feel tears being held back right now.
No, it's all right today.
Okay. All right, Ava, which pill what pill you taking? Wow.
I agree with Shorty. Just,
You just bye-bye. You're taking a red pill, huh?
yep,
Do you need a hug too?
maybe.
Maybe. No, okay. I'm going to move on to the next one. Jesse, what pill you taking?
Ah, man. So I've had like nightmares before where I woke up and like I didn't have my family. And so it would depend whether or not, yeah, I don't know. That's a really good question. Probably the red pill because ultimately I would have to know what was real. But maybe the blue pill if I wanted to enjoy my existence, you know. I don't know. That's a good red pill ultimately. Yeah.
Now, when
it
you're
would be
taking
hard.
when you're taking the pills, do you did the blue pill erase his memory of everything that he had learned?
After he took the red pill, he was
Yeah, you
immediately
remember.
like reborn.
Well, I know that, but
But he remembered everything that happened.
Well, no. When he took, when Morpheus presented him the option, did he disclose that the blue pill would erase his memory of everything that was? Like the conversation and all with Morpheus, the Oracle, and all that
Huh,
shit?
I don't think it specifies. I think if you got to keep that, it may be worth it because then you could know you could bend the Matrix. You know what I'm saying? So like back to like the simulation theory we talked about a little bit earlier.
But that's what I'm saying. Like if I'm presented with these 2 options
Yeah.
and I wanted to take the blue pill to stay in the Matrix, can I take the blue pill and lose all the memories of the fact that I'm in?
Yes, that was the case.
That was the
Okay.
case.
That was
Okay,
the
see,
case.
then the blue pill doesn't seem that bad at that point. Because if I had to take the blue pill and still live with the idea that I am in a simulation and all that shit, everything to me would be like non-consequential. You know what I'm saying? Like I would do all kinds of crazy shit just for the fuck of it. But if I didn't know it was a simulation, I would live my life as I am currently. You know what I'm saying?
Shorty, you're getting the points on that one because you were very decisive at the beginning. Jesse was a little wishy-washy.
I was definitely wishy-washy.
And Ava just followed suit. But at least you didn't.
As usual.
But at least you didn't lose points.
Yeah.
Well, next time she can go first. That way I can follow suit.
All right, next question to you, Ava. If you were guaranteed that the movie would be done correctly, what anime or comic would you convert into a live action?
Oh, fuck. dude. Tokyo Ghoul.
Tokyo Ghoul?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Sit, Shorty, I'm going to let you go so you don't stroke out.
Oh, God. Every goddamn comic book. I don't give a shit what it is. Just do it accurately. Fuck. You know what I want to see, though? Like, what I want to see proper justice?
What?
World War Hulk. What they did in Thor Ragnarok was a bastardization
Oh
of
yeah,
a really
that-
good fucking
yeah.
story.
The animated one was great, but
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I would, if I could,
The fight scene was
You
the only
offer-
cool part.
if you offer me a red and blue pill to fucking forget Thor Ragnarok and I will never see it again,
Hold on. Dragon Ball Evolution was worse.
It was
you ever
pretty
see-
bad.
You never saw that? Thank God.
It was
No,
super
I've seen
campy.
it, but like, no. To me, dude,
I mean, that's fair, but God.
no, you're 100% correct. That movie was absolute trash. But
This
Thor
one
Ra-
actually
Thor-
enraged you.
Thor Ragnarok, dude, like I went into the theater, like when they announced who was directing it and how they were gonna do it and everything that came out, I kept thinking to myself, I'm going to fucking hate this movie. And I went to the theater with my ex-girlfriend and I was like, I have to like this movie.
Do you think like attracted like on that time? Do you think because you went into it thinking you were gonna hate it, you hated it?
No, I went into the movie literally saying to my ex-girlfriend, I need to like this movie. I need to like this movie.
You're telling me like when Immigrant Song was playing, why he beat the shit out of Surtur in the opening, that wasn't dope.
No, I fucking hated it every second. Dude, when he fucking like
Don't hate me,
opened
but
up
I
and
loved that movie. It was
dude, when
good.
he fucking like
Holt
when they
versus
opened it
Fenrir.
up with a fucking joke and shit, like no. I want dude.
So you're more of a Snyder Cut guy, probably.
Oh,
right?
100%.
Okay.
I like
dig
the
it.
dar- I
I
like
like
the-
serious too.
I love the serious tones of movies. Like I don't watch a lot of comedies for real. Like
Me neither.
they're
It's a waste of time sometimes.
Yeah,
'Cause you're
I
like,
like to
I
be
wanna
thought. Like I like to be, compelled to think
Stimulated.
and stuff.
Yeah.
And getting a ha ha he he out of me. And, like I'll watch a comedian. I don't need to watch a comedy.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. Like I enjoy me some like Joe Dirt and shit like that. Like that's some good humor.
Nutty
like
Professor.
the Nutty Professor,
We're
the
gonna have
Water
Nutty
Boy.
Professor night.
But like I would definitely watch like the Joker, the Snyder Cut, fucking any serious movie, dude.
I thought I was gonna hate the Joker because like the music and the cuts or the shots that they used for the commercial. I was like, this looks so lame. Because I'm not gonna lie, I like the Jared Leto
was
one. You
pretty
can
good.
hate on me all you want. I loved it. Yes, I didn't. I got it in my head like that too, and then I was like, finally, okay, I'm gonna watch it. It was free on something streaming, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch it. Don't arrest me, FBI. Or no, it was on HBO Max, and I paid $14.99 for that.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Legal.
But no. Anyway, I watched it, and honestly, I thought it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was a true masterpiece.
Yep.
All right, on to you, Jesse. What anime or comic are you converting to live action?
I'm not gonna lie. This whole time, everything I was saying, I was trying to stall so I could pick because I'm wishy-washy on this one too. If it was gonna be like a series, probably like One Piece, but it's so long it would be hard to do. And I know you guys haven't seen it, but I went the longest time without watching it. And I think it has just such a cool and deep storyline that
I'd say it has over 1,000 episodes. It better have something.
So I'm gonna do two. That's gonna be my number two, but my number one is gonna be Naruto.
I love you.
Right, and I think like an HBO series with really good editing where they pick some parts out of Shippuden and not necessarily have to do any filler. It doesn't even have to explain everything. Do the sect of it. Think about it. A movie has history before the movie starts, right? If you edit it well and you have a good congruent storyline, you could do it. So Naruto would be my number one.
Now, is there a specific like season or like
I'm gonna say
arc?
a pain arc,
Bro, I'm
because
telling you,
literally
I
they
would
could
love to
start
see
it
the Akatsuki.
Yeah,
Like you could do a 12. Oh my God, he's
for
right.
each. Yes, they could
A
name
12,
the
like
they could
like
name the episode like after each one of them, like Sasori,
Sasori,
yeah.
fucking Itachi. Oh,
Yes.
I need it.
Well, Itachi would get 2 episodes, of course,
Duh.
and then can you imagine like Hisame, on the real screen, just or Pain even, and that's the thing is like how hype it would be for people to watch that and see Pain on the screen for the first time.
I would just
and,
love to hear like a more complete orchestral song of the Pain theme.
Dude, I walked out to that for one of my fights. I probably told you that last
Yeah,
time I was
you
here,
did.
but I literally at one point in my life, like I don't know why that song always resonates with like,
Oh
my
man,
inner,
it's
just
so
like
good.
pariah, if you know what that word is. Pariah is like a person doesn't belong but has like a mighty will.
Well, for
Yeah.
picking Naruto, you get the points, sir.
Awesome, yeah.
All right.
I'm Naruto running up the walls right now. I know you guys can't see it.
Bonus question: who are you casting?
Ooh,
You don't have to give me the whole thing. Give me 1 or 2 characters.
hold on. Let me just take like a good second because the one that I immediately thought to cast would be Kakashi. So I want to think because
Well, I'm terrible with actors' names, so you got me fucked.
I would like to see, and I know he's a white guy, I understand, but I would actually like to see Chris Pratt play Kakashi. And I know that may seem like a weird
that
dynamic.
is strange.
No, because when he cuts weight, he's nice, he's in shape and everything.
Yeah,
Another
he-
thing, his face is covered the whole time. I feel like he has that like light touch of inappropriate humor, but he's still like a funny guy that you trust around your kids.
Yeah, you throw in the romantic novels.
You wouldn't
and-
see his face, yes, exactly, and he's just kind of got that like, because Kakashi's not super, perverted like a Jiraiya, or maybe Chris Pratt is Jiraiya.
Sure.
That I could get
Or
into.
Danny DeVito on stilts as Jiraiya.
Oh my god.
All right, Ava, who are you casting in Tokyo Ghoul?
I've told you this. I don't know actors.
Oh, Ava. I'm sorry, you're not going to
What about Danny DeVito? I just mentioned him.
Fucking
Danny DeVito.
Just a bunch of them. Oh, but Danny DeVito as Hulk.
All right,
No, that
it's your
was
turn to cast, Shorty.
I don't know, dude. You're barking up the wrong tree here, guy.
I win by default, don't
Looks
I?
like Jesse
Yeah.
took
You got
it
Yeah.
once
like
again.
that right there, dude. Like I'm so terrible. Like I know Johnny Depp, a handful of the guys who fucking.
What
are
about
in-
Joaquin Phoenix, the Joker, as Orochimaru?
Yeah, you can sign me
Ooh.
We
up.
cool with that?
You
We
can
cool with
fucking
that?
sign.
Okay.
Yeah, you can sign my ass up with
Okay,
that.
I like that too.
That's a dope pick.
Yeah, because he could grow the hair out and like just the way he's got his eyes, and he would smile and lick his.
I have
tongue.
the actor's face in my head who would do a really good Jiraiya, but I can't think of his fucking name.
You'll think of it after the show's
You're
done,
right.
and we'll post it.
You're right.
Maybe like the guy who played Jonah Hex too. Like just saying, he's older now.
Josh Brolin?
Brolin, like, but he's buff. He's got like that chin.
He's
got the
already
good.
played Thanos in Cable.
Yeah, and I think his Jiraiya, maybe not. No, I've seen sometimes when he acts like, because when he was in, it was one of the X-Men movies.
Ooh, I know one for the Naruto thing. Scarlett Johansson is Lady Tsunade.
No, I was gonna say like, yeah, I'm trying to think of her name.
Pamela Anderson would be a good choice, but she's dead, ain't she?
She's old.
No, she's old.
She looks really weird now.
See,
Oh,
golly.
man.
Hey, speaking of Josh Brolin, check out this movie. It is fucked up. It's called Old Boy. If you have
Is it
not
good?
seen it, yes, it's good, but there's a twist in it that's going to make you cringe. But that's just because we talked about Josh Brolin. But let's move on to the next question.
All right.
Okay.
I'm open with you with this one, Jesse,
sir.
just because it's in your wheelhouse. So celebrity fighting has been a big thing, right? You got Aaron Carter.
You know I want to call someone out. I hope it is.
You got Aaron Carter fighting Lamar Odom, the Paul brothers fighting people.
What was
I-
that? Did you see that?
No, I don't watch fighting.
He-
I don't
he
care.
is- I saw it.
It's above my pay
So-
grade to like pay attention to that stuff.
I didn't. It was literally. So I don't watch it very much either. I'd rather watch anime or it
Right.
reminds me of comedy. The shallowness of a lot of it, especially like joke fights like that. Now real
Joke
fight,
fights. I love that.
right?
That's-
But if it's
no,
a real fight, I'm interested in the technician. But
Yeah,
when
yeah,
it's just
yeah,
like
yeah.
a freak show fight, I'm not interested in
I
it.
fucking love
Lamar Odom's what 6'9" or something.
Something like that.
Aaron Carter is probably your size, and it's
it. Beats
not
me,
even.
He just looks like a fucking douche nozzle.
Well, no, both of them. It was like because neither one of them trained, and it was like you would at least think Aaron Carter would have took it serious to beat someone who's that much bigger than him.
And you'd
I
have
feel
thought
like
Lamar
I feel like
Odom would've
you
looked
would have
more
fucked him up
athletic.
compared to Aaron Carter. Aaron Carter literally ran from him and like spun around a bunch. It was hilarious. It was a boxing fight,
Yeah.
and they had
With
headgear on.
headgear.
Yeah, and he was still running from him. And I
With
mean,
who?
Lamar Odom's like going like this, flailing.
So
Sorry.
what celebrity are you calling out?
Man, Jake Paul, I'm going straight there with it. Okay, he walks around about my weight, dude. I'll lay him out on the canvas. I swear to God. And I don't care if it would be a boxing fight, kickboxing fight, MMA fight. You know, hell, maybe if we get enough hype on it, I could convince him to do an MMA fight. But
Ain't nobody convincing this man to do an MMA fight. He's too smart.
I
for that.
agree with you. But ultimately, even in a boxing fight, you know, I would definitely love to fight the guy. I think Tyron Woodley's going to knock him out, and then he's going to have to take a couple of fights that he's going to deem easy. So maybe if I keep talking crap on Instagram, I can get that fight.
But here's the thing: Tyron's never been known for his striking.
But have you seen? Okay, maybe not his technical striking, but he has slept so many people,
He has.
which is my biggest thing. And another thing is, now don't quote me on this because I know he has been knocked out or at least TKO'd. I've never seen him flatline knocked out. And in 4-ounce gloves, he's got a chin. This ain't gonna
But
be
he's also
Ben,
40.
this ain't gonna be Ben Askren. That's all I got to say.
I mean, you hit a certain age and your chin starts to turn to glass.
I agree with you on all of that. I just really think Tyron Woodley is going to legitimately give him a fight. Now again, Paul is a big athletic young dude.
Ava,
You know, he's probably 6'2". He's in good shape and he has the money to get good trainers.
So you're calling out Jake Paul.
I'm calling out Jake Paul officially. Anytime. I'll call out Bob Sapp too.
I'd like to see that one.
I'll
All
do
right.
it.
Ava, you're up. Who you calling out?
Bob Sapp.
I was gonna say Kevin Bacon because he's so fucking ugly.
Okay.
I hate his face.
But have you seen Tremors? Because
No.
he looks good in that movie.
Everybody's seen Tremors.
He's got them jeans on. You
The
ain't seen
answer
Tremors?
is no.
What? You've never seen Tremors?
Never heard of it.
I mean, he had the jeans on in Footloose too.
Yeah, but
I've never seen that movie either.
All right, who you calling out, Shorty?
Man, I had it in my head and y'all fucked me up.
Kim
Well, I have
Kardashian.
another one.
All right,
Oh,
what's your
go
other
for
one?
it.
I was gonna say Jason Momoa just so I could meet him. just so I.
That's
could
right. I remember my answer. Not Jason Momoa. Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill. You're
Yeah.
going Henry Cavill?
Yeah.
Why, man?
I don't
Such
want
a
to fight
cool
him.
dude. Oh, I
I just
thought-
want to get punched by Superman.
And The Witcher.
The Witcher, yeah. I don't give a fuck.
He's
I would just
dope.
be like, call me Zod one time and punch me out, dude.
Here's
I will be fully erect and unconscious. I don't give a shit.
here's my thought on some of these celebrities. As you can tell when they're doing choreography
That
for
or
a
Ben
movie,
Affleck.
if that
God, I
person
love that
has,
Martial arts training.
or if they even have the ability to attempt it.
Yeah.
Because you can watch some of them and it just looks so bad, or you can tell that it is clearly a stunt double for the simplest choreography.
In the first Transformers movie, there's a scene where Megan Fox is riding on the back of a moped. And do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And like, anyway, whichever robot was the cop car, like turns right behind them and like they fall off the moped. And you can clearly see his day. It's like a little Chinese guy. He's got like a mustache and everything, but he's got like the long black hair, and he's holding on to Shia LaBeouf like this, and he falls like this, and you can clear his day, just see his
Yeah,
mustache. And
it's
know
not.
what?
It's you can tell it's not
I've gotta
her.
see
It's so
that.
who
fucking funny.
missed that?
It's so good.
Ava, you're getting the points on this one. Yay!
Yay! Why though?
Because
No,
you
because-
were quick with it, Kevin Bacon.
Oh,
Yeah,
No,
you
he's
were,
just
you were way more
so
decisive.
ugly. His face just so punchable.
All right,
I'd
next,
pay to see it.
next question. Who has not got started on yet?
We all have.
We all.
All right, well, we're back to you then, Ava. What's something you really resent paying for?
Kevin Bacon movies.
Like something I regret buying.
Yeah. Maybe not you regret buying it, but you're like, I spent money on this?
Oh, I mean, I have something I regret buying.
What's that?
This fucking dude, I bought this $150 headset that doesn't work. It only works when I want to watch a video. When I try to play games with it, it doesn't work.
What let's give a shout out to the brand here. What's the brand?
Razer.
Fuck you, Razer.
Fuck Razer.
Yeah, but then I went back and bought a different headset by them. So.
One
Did
Razor
the
product.
second one work?
Two Razor.
Yeah, the second one works
Three
fine.
Razor product.
Yeah, that's
Four
what I'm
Razor
saying.
product.
My
Oh, we
setup
love you,
is
Razer.
Razer's great.
Yeah.
I love you, Razer.
my setup
There's
is
a
gonna be
six.
Razer, but
5. There's a 6 one right there.
So it was an exception to the rule. It wasn't the rule. Sorry, Razer. My apologies. Shorty, you're up next. What do you resent buying?
I can't think of anything.
You can't?
I'm very particular with my money. You know what I'm saying? Like I
You ever
spend
took
a lot of it.
You ever took a hood rat to dinner and be like, I wish I wouldn't have bought her dinner?
No.
Damn. Live life without no regrets.
I don't regret doing that. I just because
No regrets
I
at
caught
all,
myself
man.
before I regretted it. Previous conversation me and her
well, you
had.
could have said you could have had something maybe.
No, I can't. Just off the top of my head. Oh, fuck it. Okay, here. A cordless belt sander. The battery dies on it so goddamn quick, it lasts about 3 seconds. It's
There you go.
fucking terrible.
Yeah. All right.
But I
so-
did return it and got my money back, so that's why.
But you still spent money on it. Essentially, you spent time on it. Time is money.
True.
That's true.
All right, Jesse, you're up.
Okay, so at first I wasn't sure either, but and then I remembered fuck Jim's seafood buffet in Virginia Beach. Okay. I paid $28 a person for a buffet, and the shit was cold. Now, there was one thing they had there. It was like a fresh halibut cake. So good. So good that I didn't scream at anyone. And the whole time I was there, like, it was so bad that my son, my 36-pound 1-year-old fat boy, eat anything, eat crust off the floor, okay, would not eat anything from there. And they charged me, not full price, but they charged me kid price for the babies, everything. Service was great. Food sucked. Fuck Jim's Seafood. Don't go there. I went to Taco Bell one street over that I should have looked that up first. We wanted to try something different. No, don't eat at Jim's Seafood, Virginia Beach.
Jesse's getting the points on that
Yeah.
one, y'all. All right. Shorty, what are you currently worried about?
Fuck.
Shorty's not worried about anything. Ava,
No, I mean,
I gotta think about it, I guess.
This man hasn't had a shirt on all day. He ain't worried about nothing.
right. I mean, I'm slightly worried about getting to work on time, but I'm not.
what time you gotta be to work?
6.
We'll be done.
But then again, I'm going in early, so they can't like point me for not being there on time. So like, because I'm going in early, as long as I show up before 10, nobody gives a fuck.
Okay.
And I'm just there to make money. Like I can't.
Nah, you be alright.
Jesse, you're up.
Aliens.
You're worried about them, or are you worried about meeting them? Like, which one is it? Are you scared about meeting them?
I'm not
I had
even.
this
Actually, it's not the
conversation last night. I
aliens.
know
It's
exactly
the
what I'm
humans.
worried about.
I'm worried about humans and their reaction, and maybe sabotaging for the people who want to have a pleasant relationship with the aliens.
Fucking anarchy.
I think that's exactly what's gonna happen. I think there's gonna be sabotaging involved, and maybe not necessarily like, oh, let's fuck up what could be a good thing. I just think people are ignorant and too scared.
I'm more. I have more faith now in humanity than ever, believe it or not, because if you look at how divisive everything was during like all the BLM protests, things have chilled out a lot. I know some cities are still bad with everything right now, but to be honest, I feel like humans are so tired of arguing with each other. Maybe this is how we transcend to the next level. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited to. I'm worried about the report they're releasing in 2 weeks, the Pentagon on UFOs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm a little worried because I don't know. We'll see what happens. So I am worried about it. I don't know what it brings.
Loop. I didn't know about this.
Yep. I'll send you some interesting footage later. It's really like, what could that be?
I forgot what the question was. What are you currently worried about?
Yeah.
Ava.
Much less interesting, but just what I'm gonna get for food later today.
That's a good thing to be worried about, though.
That's
Gotta
what I'm
eat
saying,
to
like,
live.
Well, I keep going to the same places, and I'm like, oh man, I'm fucking tired of eating that. Tired of eating that. And Chris is like, gets the same thing every time. I don't know how the fuck he
I bet
does
he gets
it.
chicken tenders, doesn't he?
He does like his chicken tenders.
See? Got games on phone?
We every time that we go out to eat at a restaurant, I like order like a steak or something, and he's like, chicken tenders.
He did that the last weekend.
Yeah, we went to
Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah, we went to Texas Roadhouse.
And he was like, all the chicken tenders.
Dude, we went to
Fucking Ava sitting here like, I'll have the filet mignon. And I was like, that a fucking girl, get it.
Well, we went to Cracker Barrel and he ordered chicken tenders. I was like, dude, what? And then later, like,
I don't know. Actually, okay, Cracker Barrel. No, I think that's kind of fair.
Bullshit,
Depending on
dude.
their
Liver
specials.
and onions are delicious, man.
Country fried steak.
But
Chicken
they
and
don't have
dumplings
that
all
every
the
day,
way,
do
dude.
they? Don't they have like specials
all
certain
the
days?
fucking
Yeah.
way.
That's what I'm saying. I think it rotates, but like if it was like every day, I mean, I like me some chicken tenders.
If I want chicken tenders, I'm gonna go to Cane's.
Oh, for sure.
That's what I'm saying. Like, even last night, we were on the phone, and he was like, I was like, man, like, babe, I'm like so hungry right now. And he's like, yeah, me too. I kind of want some chicken tenders. I was like,
I cook everything I eat though, so I never go out and eat unless it's Chinese to celebrate.
I
That's
fucking love me some Chinese. God, that sounds so good.
Seafood buffets.
shitty seafood. That was on vacation, so I was celebrating my last flight. But I love buffet.
I
Chinese
remember
buffet.
what I was worried about.
What?
The comic book industry. Mainly fucking Disney fucking everything up. Like, seriously, dude, like, this is not a joke, dude. Like,
If they get their shit together where they have so much money, I have faith maybe in 10 years. Is that fair?
Maybe.
In the quality of the production. Maybe not the story, like kind of like with the whole franchise.
The big thing is
That's if they don't run the medium into the ground in 10 years.
That's also true.
Well, that's a big thing, but it's mainly the comic book side of things. Like, I don't give a fuck about the movies. I don't care about the fucking TV shows, cartoons, and shit. Like, that doesn't. Nope. Do not care. The comic books are what I'm worried about. Is they keep hiring these inexperienced writers. Like, not that there's anything wrong with like getting somebody
Giving
the
someone
chance,
a chance, yeah.
to like come in and do their own thing. But a lot of these writers are rehashing old stories that A, they've never read, B, they read the cliff notes on Wikipedia and shit like that, and they're just rehashing the same shit over and over and over again.
I feel like they're stealing it from the anime industry. You know how they'll release, like, for example, like the Dragon Ball movie, and then it'll be canon in the actual show, maybe with slight differences. I hate that because I don't want to watch it twice.
Right, exactly.
And it's shittier telling the second time.
Yeah, and it's a lot of the things. And like Disney or Marvel announced probably about 6 months ago that they were in deep discussions on removing their comic books and just going to graphic novel form. Now,
they can't. They can't. That would. I'm not even a comic book guy, and for real, that would like kind of piss me off.
Well, see that because in the mid to early 90s, that's when, like, that was the last time we had a real comic book bust, and like the comic book industry was
Spawn
like losing
and all that came.
They were losing fucking money.
Yeah.
Because everybody was printing everything they possibly could because the 80s was wildly successful.
Yep.
But then the 90s, everything kind of like closed up, and everybody was printing fucking 20 different or 50 fucking
Alien
books.
versus any character you can think of.
Exactly right.
But those were cool though. Those were cool.
Yeah, but I mean, it was slowly killing itself, and watching Marvel try to make these fucking stupid ass plays to do this because one, Marvel is a big player, like it is, one of two beasts.
Yeah.
And if Marvel does
it's the most popular.
it is, and that's It
Can't
is
say
because
best
of this.
because that's arguable, but most popular, I would agree.
Well,
with.
yeah, it's because it's the cinematic universe and stuff like that. And everybody knows Marvel and stuff like that. Like every time somebody's like, "Oh, I'm into comic books," I'm like, "Okay, cool."
If they shored up the X-Men and the Fantastic Four, I think it's a nail in the coffin, though. Because X-Men, the first incarnation with Hugh Jackman, I loved those movies.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of those.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't like the second and third one either?
No,
The third, I didn't care much for the third one.
I liked how they showed all the powers and the classification system. I thought it was cool.
The second one's my favorite one out of those, is just because I love me some Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler is my hands down
God,
favorite.
yes, bro, yes. When I first saw him, I was like, oh,
Yeah, I got hyped on it.
yeah.
But just knowing that Disney can fuck over my world is terrifying, because if Marvel does something and it does minorly successful, DC and everybody else is going to follow suit.
For sure.
And that's a terrifying thought to me.
Because you like the way DC is.
Well, it's not that. It's just like, I like going out buying my individual books. I like looking at them. The cover arts are fucking beautiful and stuff like that. Like the first
With
thing,
comics, too, you get to tell a little bit of your own story in between pages.
exactly right.
I like
Like
that.
I get to try to make up my own timeline and stuff like that. But these
I don't think
graphic novels
they'll
and stuff.
scratch it. It would be like trying to get rid of books.
Well, they're
you know,
trying to. Well, what they're trying to do is they're trying to go to all digital.
I mean, now
That's
that's fair
dumb.
because
That
most
is completely
most manga
dumb.
do
Yeah.
that. A lot of manga do that now. So I mean, that's, I think it's the same. But I get what you're saying. Like having that paper, that nostalgia, that opening up that fresh adventure. I think that would be stupid for them to get
Yeah,
rid of it.
it's. I mean, the reason why manga does it is actually they can't produce enough on the scale
To keep it.
in
That makes
flux.
sense. Maybe they could do limited editions, like you need to reserve the first 100,000 copies or
God,
something.
fuck! Don't put that kind of hell on me.
Yeah, but you'd be on top of it. All right, next question. Shorty, if you couldn't be convicted of any type of crime, what criminal charge would you like to be immune to?
Murder.
All right, Ava, quick answers on this one.
Theft.
Theft?
Smoking weed.
Smoking weed. All right, Ava, by the way, you got the points on the last one because we thought the same. And you're getting the points on this one, too, because we're thinking the same. But I'm not stealing from anybody in particular. All right, next question. Jesse, weirdest thing you've done in front of a mirror?
Oh, come on, man. You know I'm a Christian and I can't lie. Man, oh, don't.
Are you thinking or just hesitant to say?
Hesitant to say.
Do it.
You can plead the fifth. won't get any
No,
points,
okay, you know what? This is maybe a little TMI, but I don't think any of my close relatives will be listening. Okay, first time I ever shaved my package.
Okay.
I was probably like friggin' 13 years old, dude. And like I was like using this like old disgusting mirror that was on this wall, and like I remember cutting my balls with the razor so bad that I thought about telling my dad, "Hey, I was in there like shaving my crotch and I like cut myself," and I was so worried about it for like weeks, and I wasn't getting no damn action. Like I don't even know why the fuck I was doing that, but it was just like I don't know, I decided to do it. And dude, you know how an electric razor, it'll get you.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that was the most embarrassing thing I ever did in front of the razor was cut my taint up and my balls. Yeah.
Ooh, fucking up the fleshy fun,
That's
bro.
right, bro.
Ava, what's the weirdest thing you've ever done in front of a mirror?
I don't know about the weirdest, but like, I guess just sex. Like, I don't know what else to say.
Hey, look, that's us.
Right?
It's like watching porn.
But it's us.
Change the fucking channel.
It's like it's from POV to third person.
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah,
all.
yeah.
That's fair.
Shorty, what's the weirdest thing you've done in front of a mirror?
I don't know if it's. See, to me, it's not weird, but I know other people would do it. Like, I practice faces and voices.
No, dude.
Damn it, Bobby.
Oh, that's really good! Holy shit!
Some of you may die, but that is a risk I am willing to take.
I fucking
Lord
love it.
Farquaad.
Yeah. I fucking, like, I sit there and I'll make faces at myself and shit. I'm like, yeah, that's a good one. I can
Yeah.
use that for later.
I did the same shit.
Yeah.
So you're getting the Jesse's getting the points for the impressions. All right,
He's so fucking hyped about it.
Shorty, we're gonna start with you. Funniest name for genitals, male and female. Your favorite, your funniest.
Let's see.
If
Golly.
one of them ain't Girthworm, I'm
No,
Girthworm.
I'm not a huge fan of
It
the
is now.
Girthworm. Like, I don't mind Girthworm. Like, it's a good one.
What about Vaginal Voyager
Vaginal Voyager.
or Muscle Sprout?
Muscle Sprout, that's a good one. That's a good one. Man, I don't know, man, because I just, fucking dick.
Penis.
Penis. Fucking penis.
Look, my little brother was in town from Miami, and I was like, "Do you guys still play the penis game in high school?" And apparently they don't, and that's a damn shame.
What's a penis game?
Oh,
Me and
sure.
Chris do
I
that
was-
in the
Yell
store.
penis
I
the
was
loudest,
I
yes.
was homeschooled, guys.
Oh,
We do that in the
So-
store.
Do you really?
Yeah, I win every time.
All right, Shorty, you're losing points on this one. Ava, what is your favorite funny name for genitals, male and female? What's your grandma called again? Her muskrat?
Muskrat. That's
yeah,
it.
that's not my favorite. My favorite is by far is clam.
Clam. It's simple.
Oh,
It's
that's
a rich-
right. Fucking cloister. That's what. That's
yeah,
what.
that's
cloister.
usually what I thought.
Yeah,
Cloister.
cloister. That's what I fucking call a pussy.
What about the male genitals?
I don't have any good ones. It's just, I guess, penis. It's just gross. It just sounds gross.
All right, Jesse, you're up.
I was ready for this. So, like, I don't know why, but, like, my friend group is all about being like, man, look at that big old hog you got. Like, just every time they see each other. So, I don't know. I think it's funny to call a dick a big old hog. Like,
Big
it
ol'
just,
hog?
yeah, you just think of it being like,
Golly.
so, like, I like that. And then, I don't know, for vagina, I hate the P word, P-U-S-S-Y. I won't even say it.
A lot of
I don't
people
like
do.
the word. I guess I like the word cunt. I know a lot of people don't like that, but I like that word, and maybe not funniest, but I love the word cunt. It's a good word.
I like using the word
I
cunt.
laugh when
It's a
people
big,
use it.
strong word.
It's
It's
very
a good
strong,
one, you know.
yeah.
Like it's
You fucking cunt.
yeah,
Right.
exactly
I
right.
feel like anytime cunt is said, like if it was a comic book and you could see our words, it's always in all caps.
Yeah.
100% in bold letters.
Yeah. Yes.
You never see cunt in lowercase.
and it helps because it's like not because everybody knows. Just for whatever reason, that's like along the lines with the F-bomb.
Yeah.
It's just like, just don't say it.
Yeah. And even some people would extend it further. They'd rather you say that because they think it's like, what is it, misogynist?
I guess so.
All right, so I'm getting the points on that one. Question wasn't asked to me, but obviously I came up with all the best ones.
You did.
All right, what's...
Muscle sprout. Oh, that's MVP.
Yeah, manipulating the muscle sprout,
Yeah.
baby. What is the most childish thing you still do, Jesse?
Ooh. Watch anime every day. I mean, I watch cartoons. I still watch Teen Titans. Honestly, I would say that, you know, and childish is kind of a loose term because I know everybody here is, you know, into that kind of stuff, at least shallowly. So I would say that. Or no, actually, hold on,
From a
no.
societal standpoint, though, watching cartoons is considered childish.
I
no
can
matter what
even
the
lose
cartoon-
points for this, but maybe my temper. I think
That's not
sometimes I
losing
can hold a
points.
grudge, you know,
That's honest.
and sometimes I'm childish. So yeah, that's what I'll say with my
Okay.
temper.
Hey, what is the most childish thing you still do?
I was gonna say I whine a lot. I whine.
What about you, Shorty?
I do the whole pull my finger joke a lot. I don't have to fart right now, but I do that a lot. And one of my favorite things to do, and I added on to it this morning actually. Like I just thought of something else like for this morning, is I'll ask somebody to pull my finger and I won't fart. I'm like, oh damn, it must be broken. Let me pull yours, and like I'll pull it and fart. And then like I got the idea earlier today that I'm gonna have my like somebody else pull somebody else's finger that I'm gonna fart.
I do all
And that shit cracks me the fuck up.
I always ask my kids. I say, "You want to hear a shitty joke?" And then I just fart.
Dude, farts fucking make me laugh, and I fucking love it.
You're getting the points because I do the same exact thing.
Yeah, I do that shit all the time. My nephew Jimmy, when he was real little, I did that to him. I had him try to pull my finger. He's like, it's not working. And I was like, let me pull your finger. And I farted. He was like, oh. So he thought he could pull everybody's finger and make them fart. Or he could have everybody pull their, his finger or whatever. Dude, shit was so funny. My
Because
sister-in-law
at the random people pulling
Yeah,
their
my
fingers.
sister-in-law calls me. She goes, why is Jimmy trying to, like, get me to pull his finger and expecting me to fart? I'm like, you're welcome.
All right, guys, 2 questions left. Ava, what's the first thing you would do if you woke up as the opposite sex?
Fucking play with my dick.
Okay. She decisive. Shorty, what are you doing?
I'm gonna stand in front of a mirror.
We're gonna do some weird shit.
I'm gonna
from
sit
here.
on top. I'm gonna sit on a mirror. See what's making all that noise.
Jesse, you're up. You're not getting the points. Shorty's getting the points. But
No,
your
that's
answer's
fine.
just-
Yes. I don't know. Probably like get everything free in life. Like
Right.
find a sugar daddy. You
Just
know what
walking
I'm saying?
around with a mattress strapped to my back.
Yep. That's what I do.
Shorty, if you don't die, you get the points.
I love making that joke.
He's dying, y'all. He's dying, y'all.
It's so fucking funny.
Do we need to go to break for the last question?
No, we're good. Go ahead.
Okay. All right, Jesse. If you could make one wish right this second, what would it be?
Oh man. I wish that my kids would be happy for their whole lives. Yeah.
It's a good wish. That's a tearjerker for
Yeah.
me. Ava, what's your one wish?
That I would never need for money ever again.
Oh, I like that one too. These are both good wishes. I feel like I could somewhat accomplish one with the other.
Right.
Yep.
But not wholeheartedly. But all right, sure, you're up.
I want to talk to my friend Erica.
I feel like things just got really serious.
It did.
Okay.
Next question.
All right, that was it. You got the points for that one.
Thanks, buddy.
Jesse, you win.
Okay. Awesome.
And that's all we got.
Dude, you know what?
Oh.
Going out of this with all these points, I definitely feel like a victor right now. I'm not gonna lie. Where's the belt at? You guys didn't make me a belt for today?
I didn't know we were doing this again.
Oh man, I'm
So
upset.
you're going to close the show today.
Okay, perfect.
But that's all we have, so
In the meantime,
In the betweens time.
Right now.
right now, that's it.
Oh shit.
When's your next fight?
So I am fighting in 3 weeks. And no, it's gonna be 2 weeks this Saturday. I'm making my pro kickboxing debut in Johnson City, Tennessee. And again, I've been training super hard. If anybody wants to follow me on social media, please follow me on Instagram at Pride Slayer MMA. Follow me on Facebook, Jesse Pride Slayer Romans. Again, I'm a local guy trying to. He's still laughing at his joke. I love it. Literally still purple. That makes me happy, bro.
Shorty, cue the music, Jesse. We love having you.
Dude, I appreciate you all.
Fuck, I can't hit stop.
It's still going. Hit the button.